Yeah, my parents played a pivotal role in my upbringing. Taught me all the values of obviously respect, self-respect, and just being humble. Even though over the years it didn't really say sometimes, but yeah, just staying grounded and being real, and always chase your dreams and make the right choices in life.
I guess being real often meant, a lot of controversy throughout your career. How was Mum and Dad? How did they cope with all that? They were obviously constant, or obviously picking up papers, reading headlines, seeing things on the television. How did they support you through that? What was their best advice?
Yeah, my dad. Well, I don't want to. Dad would probably get embarrassed. He's probably a bit of a pansy. My mum was a strong one. She sort of kept me.
Someone's ringing.
Yeah, she kept me really strong in the sense that she always had my back, supported me. My dad always just because Dad he's a quiet fella from Boy Eagle, country lad. You know what I mean? And he got this outspoken sort of brass, cocky sort of young son that was coming through the ranks, and he was like, "Son, you gotta tone it down, mate. Tone it down." Like he's like, but I was my mum. I sort of, my dad sort of drove me because with his legacy, I wanted to create my own legacy, and hopefully my boys want the same for themselves. So he always supported me there.
There's not enough time here today to list your achievements. You've been an absolute freak of nature. Started out on the footy field, obviously then went into the boxing arena, but you've also done an enormous amount of work outside of sport, and that is, I guess, bridging the gap and doing all you can in that Indigenous space. Where did the confidence come from? Where did you keep the resilience to keep going and to keep fighting this fight?
I think when I was young, like all the boys, my cousins and that, we used to always compete against each other, always used to talk smack to each other, you know what I mean? And I just carried that on in my professional career. I just always backed myself, believed in my ability, had unbelievable rivals like Bradley Fittler, Laurie Daly in footy, you know what I mean? Like, I saw them as the benchmark of where I wanted to be. And, every time we played, it was like a fight, you know what I mean? Like, I remember one game, Laurie, they kick off, they kick the ball off, either the fullback or the flyweight catch it, and they pass to the front rower. Well, I was on the same side as Laurie. He caught it, and he looked at me. I'm coming straight at you. He ran straight at me, I was like, oh, yeah. So, I knew it was on, I just held on. I said, bro, I'm here all day, bro. I'm here all day.
All right. As you say, this is going to be a really tough one because you have achieved so much in such a wide space. Is there one achievement that sticks out? Not necessarily, a win in the boxing ring or a brilliant try. Is there something throughout your career where you're really proud of achieving?
Yeah, there's probably a couple. Obviously, the world title was probably my ultimate achievement. I felt that, I knew I could do it. You know what I mean? I knew I had the ability and had the bloodlines to do it, and I knew I had the mindset and the hard work ethic to be a champion. And so that was one of the biggest moments. I played in three grand finals, three grand finals. Two with St. George, 96 and 99, and one with the Broncos in 97, which I think was the best team, of all time, in 97. But it was a Super League year, and we didn't get a chance to play the full sort of, but both codes as far as ARL back then and Super League. But we were definitely the best, and having the coach Wayne here, legend, he's like 5'1", this fella. He had done me, and that's good.
Look, it must have been a huge decision. You just said you played in three grand finals, to walk away from rugby league. And I guess you did it under controversial circumstances. Some could have said, was you spinning the dummy because you didn't, get the rep jersey off what we've just heard from. We won't go into that. But to have the confidence to then go and choose another sport, why boxing? Why not ice hockey, basketball, ballet? Why boxing? It's a brutal sport.
I just knew from a young age, from about 6, 7, I used to tell my family, anyone that would listen, that I was going to be champion one day. Football was my passion and my love at the time, but I knew one day I'd leave and pursue my other dream. And basically, when I felt like, I done everything I could to try, because all I wanted to do was play for representing my country. Because all in the juniors, the state teams, the Med East teams, state teams, Australian schoolboys, Australian junior kangaroos, I've accomplished all that. Then in the seniors, I wanted to accomplish that in the seniors. And then I obviously played State of Origin in '99. I'm not sure if we won the series or drew the series, but it was a close series. Got to play with great players like Laurie and Brad, and had a great team. And I wanted to accomplish that in my football. So yeah, I forgot what we were talking about.
We'll continue. Now, look, I guess everybody here today wants to know what's next. I can't imagine you sleeping in or going kicking back, sitting on the beaches. You're doing great things with MGN, using barriers, I guess, to break down barriers in the community with your profile. What's next for Chop? What's next for the man, Mundine?
I just want to obviously work in the Indigenous space. I want to try and tap in a bit of mental health. Get the brothers and sisters' mind strong, because that's where it all begins, is in the mind. MGM, we're doing big things. We've got roadside barriers, hoardings in that space, and obviously job opportunities for my brothers and sisters out there that labour hire and stuff like that. So that's one of them, and then I've got the mindset of a champ, which is I think MundineMindset.com. That's going to go to like workshops and do businesses and corporates as well.
Okay, well, last question. As you say, you've done so much in this space, but I want a genuine and honest answer from you, which is normally what you give anyway. How far are we in terms of the broader community in bridging that gap? How much work do we need to do? Are we close? Where are we at, in your opinion?
I feel we've still got a lot of work. Still got a lot of work. Racism pretty ripe, and it will be all the time. But all we can do is try to. It's like a blazing fire. But all we can do is try and pour water on it and limit it as much as we can. We'll never stop it as humans, because it's not it's just too much.
You're a popular man, Chop.
Crazy. It's too much, but there's plenty more work to do. You know what I mean? I think it's like systemic racism, social racism. We need a judicial racism. We need to try to. Everyone's got to play their part into even the media to point out the truth and the facts, and try and bridge that gap closer to being better.
Well, we all know that you will continue to do that and use your profile to do that. There's not much left to be said. Anthony Mundine.
Thank you.
Thanks, Michelle. Anthony, I thought you were getting away easy. Is there any remarks you want to say?
Nah, I just want to talk a little bit, a couple of funny stories in my journey. First, I want to acknowledge the traditional owners, the Gadigal people of the landmark that we're at. Thank everybody for coming, family, friends, the media. Thank you for being here. All the boys, Wayne, thanks very much, bro. I know you touched my heart coming being here today. Michael, Geordie, Matty Johns, all the boys that come. Thanks very much. Mum and Dad, thanks for making me, and for Allah for creating me. So, thank you. Just trying to say, what a ride, man! What a ride! It's been nearly 3 decades. 3 decades. It's been a long time, Obviously, I'm here to announce my retirement from sport. I just want to say I'm not the cocky sort of brash character that I was when I was younger. You know what I mean? I've sort of evolved and matured over the years. I'm not that fella that said that Laurie was running old legs, only 26. wasn't even in his prime. But and my dad wrote me and said, "What are you doing talking about Laurie like that?" I said, "Well, I don't believe in myself. I'll take you on, And and so I said, he goes, "Take that remark back." I said, "No, I'm not taking it back. No way in the world." So we clashed a bit, me and Dad. He wanted me to play the total line, but I was like, "Nah, but I'm going to go get mine." I'm going after it. And but I love Laurie, and thanks for all the battles over the years, bro. It's so good and so deadly. So, I'm a different sort of man today. I'm very, I'm just going to show you the real Chop, the real me. And that fella's, very humble, very, obviously kind and giving. I was just a young Aboriginal boy, urban boy that had a dream, and made the right choices, and used my talent to excel in my chosen sport. I wanna sort of pass that on now down to the next generation and the next kids, or even not even kids, adults as well that going through troubles. Just that mindset and how to make it strong, and make you feel like a warrior.
What was that website again?
The website was mundinemindset.com.
Thanks.
My first world title shot in Germany. I left early. I left like a month early to go to Germany, because that was the time of the 9/11 statements that I come out with, raw, which is where a lot of the media portrayed me to be like for the killings, which I want to put that on record. There was no way for the killings. It's like taking one human life is like taking the whole of humanity to me, and I feel like I was crucified for that. Probably rightly so. I said it raw and pretty dumb at the time. So I was over in Germany, and my dad, he's old school, he wanted me to do road work and spar and stuff to get ready for the fight. I'm fighting Sven Ottke, like one of the best amateurs to come out of Germany, 300 amateur fights. He had 12 title defences. This is my 11th fight in the pro ranks, and so he had more title defences than what I had fights, and I shouldn't have been in there with him. But so I wouldn't do my road work. Me and Dad was clashing all the time, and I had this new innovative sort of training that I thought was better. I was just pig-headed, and I went in there, gave my best, and obviously I didn't win. I got stopped in the 10th, I think, but I gave him all that he can handle, and one of the hardest fights he's ever had. And just in a recent interview he done with the Ring magazine, there was 10 categories. Who's the best, had the best feet, best hands, best defense, all 10 categories, and I was in 7 of them, of what he's in his interview, the Ring magazine interview. And so it's a massive compliment after me, and having that, because when I got home I was hearing fellas were jumping, dancing on tables at the pubs and that, because that didn't like me or whatever. But I come back and said, just a lucky shot, I'll be back. And so that was my belief in myself. It just never stopped. Then going on to my first world title against Antoine Eccles. This fella was like a gangster. He had like a bullet lodge in his arm or something. Crazy. I don't know what to expect. And he just come off a two wars with Bernard Hopkins, who's one of the best pound for pound in the world, legend. And Bernard said he was one of the hardest punches he's ever faced. So I trained that hard for that fight. I trained like crazy hard. I'd run myself down. I had to postpone the fight. So I was just too run down. Anyway, the fight happened like a month later, and alhamdulillah, my first world title, and I made history that night. So whatever happened after that, it never mattered, because I won my first world title, WBA super middleweight championship of the world, and whatever happened after that didn't matter anymore, because I felt like this big monkey was off my back, and I delivered on what I said in my promise. Another fight, or fights that I'm proud of, is Danny Green, probably my biggest rival, domestic rival over the years, the biggest pay-per-view fight in the history of main event. It it was a blockbuster. I trained super hard, was in camp, went up to Russell Crowe's farm, done all that, come back and we got the job done. Then obviously the next fight was the same. It was a lot bigger. I had to go up to 83 kilos. I didn't make 83. I made about 79. And then obviously we fought, and I felt like I won the fight, like clearly, but it got taken from me. And then my last few fights, it was very, for me, I think going up and down in weight, sort of, wasn't good for me. I was less resistant at a lower weight.
Sorry, I got a phone call.
Hey, bro. Hey, man. Kelly Sater, bro. Hey, man. How you been? How you been, brother? Thanks.
Hey, congratulations, buddy.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it, bro. Legend. Yep. Yeah, I'll have to come see you one day, so I'll teach me how to surf. I might become a surfer.
Yeah, well, I think you need a third career.
No, thanks, bro. I appreciate it, man. You're a legend.
Yeah, you've been able to just switch over pretty easily in the past. So, anyways, we're just proud of you. Coach been keeping me abreast of everything going on, and with the retirement and stuff, I just want to call and say congratulations and all the best for the next endeavor, and
Thanks, man.
all the happiness to you and your family, and you're a legend. But
Thanks, my brother. We met like nearly 20 years ago. You're a legend, bro.
yeah, it was early 2000s. So.
Yeah. Take it easy, man. Thanks, bro. I appreciate it.
All right, man.
Man, bro.
Thanks, Kel. Thanks, bro.
Yeah, I just want to say now I gotta now sort of want to look into my kids as well. That have I want to guide and inspire my kids to fulfill their dreams. So there's Mundines coming through. You know what I mean? Just let me warn you, we ain't stopped yet, but this ain't the end. There's another legacy to be built. There's maybe a few. So, look out for them. So, yeah, thank you. Any questions? But I just want to say,
a round of applause, Anthony Mundine, please. Do you want to take some questions?
yeah, I just want to say one more thing. If I offended anybody in my career, honestly, I'm sincerely sorry. Please find it in your heart to forgive me. Like I said, I'm a changed man. I'm a different type of cat. As you get older, you get more mellow. And so God bless everybody. And thank you.
Any questions?
I just want to say, I've got so much respect for you. You're a bloody great Australian, hard-working Australian. I know how much hard work you've done. You were born with great athletic ability, but what you've done for all your career, mate, rugby and of course with your boxing, is just, it absolutely inspires me, inspires so many people. Good luck for the next chapter of your life. No doubt whatever it will be, you'll make an impact on people. So, mate, again, congratulations to our little mate in my boxing gym here, our little mate, Husey. I'll never forget that time you spent with Husey when he was hit by a cricket ball, mate. So you're a great man, great athlete, great boxer, and most importantly, great Australian. Respect, mate, and hopefully we'll catch up again soon in the future. Good luck in the next chapter of your life, mate. Respect.